Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam Spencer could be in for a rude awakening. Liam is holding out stopgap that he can repair his relationship with Hope Logan and eventually put their family back together. Since Liam flopped far too important in the history, he's decided to prove to Hope that he's solely committed to her. Liam is counting on that being a winning strategy, but there's a secret chain standing in his way. Hope is formally moving on with Carter Walton, so Liam obviously has some major competition. That's especially true since Hope's formerly rejected Liam multiple times. Nonetheless, Liam isn't ready to give up on Hope just yet, so he'll keep working to prove that another romantic chapter is a good idea. Unfortunately, there's bound to come a point when Liam's reunion bubble will burst. Of course, we also know Steffy Forrester has zero faith in Hope's line despite Carter's unforeseen enthusiasm. Steffy and Carter will feud about Hope for the future, and a whole lot more in the coming occurrences. That could lead to Liam getting involved and hoping he can ever help. Liam appreciates what Carter is doing for Hope, so he might drop by Carter's place to communicate new ways to save her line. Hope lately told Carter that she wasn't ready to sleep with him, but that could change in the veritably near future. What if Liam shows up at exactly the wrong moment and derails Hope's first time with Carter? Liam might arrive at the door one day and find that Carter forgot to lock it. Since B&B characters have a bad habit of entering uncorked doors, Liam might barge right in and get in goddess. It'd shoot a clear communication to Liam if he walked by on Hope and Carter hooking up on the lounge. Liam would clearly realize he's a little too late when it comes to chasing after High's ex-wife. Naturally, the same twist could be at the Forrester design office if Carter and Hope decide to do the deed there. Liam could still intrude and make a disheartening discovery that might incontinently shut down his Hope reunion sweats. Liam may have to master his injuries once he gets updates on Hope and Carter's passions for each other. In Forrester's design office, Hope grins and flashes to Carter defending her line in the meeting. Brooke appears in the doorway and asks why she's smiling in the office. Hope is just trying to suppose about what's possible. They go over her feeling under pressure about her line. Brooke reveals she went to update Cleric on the line being on the mincing block and Carter coming to her defense. He's a remarkable man. In the main office, Carter questions why Steffy doesn't have Hope for the future on Moment's docket. She's not sure what she wants to do with it yet. Carter frowns, "You know my passion's on it." Steffy doesn't relatively understand that. "Why are you lobbying so hard for Hope for the future?" Carter says it brings in youngish clientele, which will be good for couture down the line. Steffy says if it's still underperforming, she'll have to cut the line. Carter tells her, "We talked about this." He insists now isn't the time. Carter is sure that Steffy can take this company beyond its roots. Talk turns to the jewelry line, which left when Quinn did. Carter tells Steffy they don't have to lose that business. He took the liberty of setting up a meeting. Have an open mind. He opens the door and Ivy walks in. "Hi, Steffy." Steffy gawps, "Ivy?" Steffy tells Carter he's sprung Ivy on her, and they've no business with her. Ivy says she's a Forrester too, and Carter reached out to her. Steffy tells Ivy she's sorry about her father. John was an inconceivable man. She's just confused and has no idea what's going on. Carter says Ivy's still designing jewelry relatively successfully. Bringing her back would be a full circle moment and a boon for the company. Ivy says they haven't spoken to Eric yet. They came straight to her. She has a big following online, which Carter explains is what he meant by growing the company. Ivy doesn't need an office, she just needs an occasion. Steffy asks, "And our coffers?" Carter makes a face. Ivy says Forrester is the first company she's spoken to. It feels like home there. She thinks her work would be value added, and Carter does too. He nods and asks Steffy if they can bandy it. At Il Giardino, Sheila tells Deacon she doesn't know what he put in the form Moment, but Cook can hardly keep up with demand. Cleric jokes, "The fashions aren't the only thing that are infectious around then. Do you deny it?" Sheila tells him no, but he'd more not be participating his form with anyone differently. She knows Brooke came by history. Deacon says she just wanted to talk about their son. Sheila tells Deacon that Hope's just going through a rough patch. They go over Hope kissing Finn and making an adversary of Steffy, who's been trying to pull the draw on the line for a while now. Sheila feels Ridge will intermediate, and points out Hope's not alone in this. Deacon thinks if Brooke is coming to him, it must be bad. Sheila assures him that Brooke will do everything in her power to help Hope. Cleric reveals that Carter Walton has also been coming to her defense. In the design office, Brooke and Hope go over Carter being in her corner. Brooke thinks he respects her. Hope doesn't want to put him in Steffi's crosshairs. Brooke reassures her. Carter is Susurrus of the company, Ridge's stylish friend, and he's in her corner. She's confident he'll be there for her. At Il Giardino, Sheila and Deacon go over Hope versus Steffi at Forrester. Sheila points out no workplace is all hearts and roses. Deacon thinks his sprat deserves to be successful. Sheila says he's like her pater, and won't let anything get in her way. Your son is going to be just fine. She kisses him and walks off to stay tables. Cleric smiles. In the design office, Brooke addresses to Hope about how inconceivable Liam's videotape package about her and her line was, and Hope prodigies if Steffi saw it. Brooke tells her to concentrate on her platoon. Will comes in with a delivery, and Brooke and Hope gush that it's great to have him there. Hope says it's nice to have family hard. We can use all the Logan support we can get. In the main office, Steffi tells Carter she doesn't appreciate him not coming to her first before setting up a meeting with a family member. He knows he and Ivy have long-standing issues. Carter says they're particular issues. This is business. Steffi questions how she's supposed to work with someone she doesn't trust. Ivy won't let their difference be a problem. Carter says they need to run Forrester like a business. Ivy can continue what Quinn started. Ivy can start hereafter, but she has to let them know she's brought someone to help her and she's a Forrester too. She opens the door and brings in her bastard. Steffi gawps, Electra? She hugs her and introduces her to Carter. He's our Susurrus for now. Steffi tells Electra she's so beautiful. Electra hopes it's okay that she's there. Aunt Ivy said she should stay an event. Ivy makes a pitch. She really thinks they could negotiate amazing effects together. In the design office, Will asks Hope why she needs Logan support. Hope won't open up that can of worms. Will wants to know. Hope says occasionally there are two sides there. Will suppositions the Logans and the Forresters. He quips, just be glad you're not a Spencer. Hope just wants him to enjoy himself there. Brooke asks if Bill knows. Will broke it to him the other day, but he understood when he told him about all the beautiful women. They laugh. Hope's sure one of them will be thrilled to meet a catch like him. In the main office, Steffi feels she's being broom-rolled right now. It sounds like Ivy wants her to give her a platoon. She's not denying that Ivy's talented, and she's sorry about her father. Electra thinks that her forefather would love to see them all working together. They explain that she's the son of John's son, also named John Ivy's family, and that Electra didn't grow up in Australia as her family moved around a lot, but she always stayed close to Aunt Ivy. She always looked up to Steffi too, and indeed wrote a report on her formerly. Steffi thinks that's sweet. She remembers writing a report on her grandmother. It means a lot and she's thrilled to see her. Ivy knows they've had their differences in the history, but they've grown and progressed. Ivy can contribute to the company if they could work together. Carter declares that they can take the business beyond anything they've ever pictured of, but she has to start allowing bigger. She must stop hanging to cut hope for the future and say yes to Ivy and the jewelry line.